What's up, everyone? Welcome to TrailerSpot, and today we will be talking about the best upcoming movies. The official release date for Godzilla vs. Kong 2 has been announced. Although the American King Kong franchise and character have existed since 1933 and the Japanese Godzilla films have been around since 1954, this particular branch of the franchise began in 2014 with Gareth Edwards' Godzilla. That film ignited what is now known as the Monsterverse, which spawned the sequel, Godzilla King of the Monsters, as well as the 2017 prequel, Kong: Skull Island, before having both branches cross over in an epic clash with 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong. The film was an early pandemic-era box office success for the company, leading to the quick greenlighting of a sequel. Godzilla vs. Kong director Adam Wingard will be returning, bringing on his former The Guest lead actor Dan Stevens to play a major role. The film, which begins production in Queensland, Australia later this year, will also feature a cameo from fan-favorite miner Kaiju Titanus Doug, a Hollow Earth lizard who appeared in the previous film. This week, Legendary Entertainment gave the latest update on Godzilla vs. Kong 2, which is currently untitled. The film is going to come to theaters on March 15th, 2024. This date is just 2 weeks under 3 years after the release of the first Godzilla vs. Kong crossover in 2021. Taron Egerton says production on Kingsman 3 could start soon. Egerton starred in the first 2 films of the irreverent action spy franchise, Kingsman: The Secret Service and Kingsman: The Golden Circle, as Gary Eggsy Unwin. Not to be confused with the recent prequel, The Kingsman, which Eggsy didn't appear in. The Kingsman followed the formation of the Kingsman Agency by Ralph Fiennes' Duke Orlando Oxford amidst the turmoil of World War I, decades before the events of the other films, which are set in the present day. The upcoming sequel is called Kingsman: Blue Blood, and we'll see Matthew Vaughn continue to serve as the series director and co-writer, as he has on all previous films. Blue Blood was supposed to be shot back-to-back with the prequel, but as with many productions in the past few years, that plan was upended by the COVID pandemic. There's little known about the story at the moment, although it will continue to follow the tempestuous relationship of the blue-collared Eggsy and his more proper mentor, Harry Hart. While neither the Golden Circle nor the Kingsman were particularly successful in the eyes of critics, that hasn't slowed the franchise from making money, and might not even hamper Vaughn's plans to make at least 7 other films or television shows in the Kingsman universe. Egerton spoke recently about the series in an interview for the SiriusXM show, The Jess Cagle Podcast with Julia Cunningham. In the interview, both hosts professed to being big fans of the franchise, and ask Egerton if he has any updates on his next appearance in the franchise and the state of Kingsman 3. Egerton is deferential, saying, "I am a humble pawn in the equation," but confirming that there is a script. Universal Pictures' Despicable Me 4 is set to release in July of 2024. The highly anticipated 4th installment of Illumination's Crown Jewel franchise will come 14 years after the world was first introduced to the franchise. Children instantly adored the first CGI movie, which follows supervillain Gru as he takes in a trio of orphan girls named Margot, Edith, and Agnes. In the following years, Despicable Me's success spawned 2 sequels and a spin-off franchise, all about the army of little yellow fan-favorite characters, the Minions. Illumination and Universal Pictures have announced that Despicable Me 4 will release on July 3rd, 2024. Despicable Me 4 is set to release 2 years after Minions: The Rise of Gru. The Rise of Gru will be a prequel, spotlighting young Gru in the 1970s as he vies to be part of the supervillain group, the Vicious Six. While little has been revealed regarding the Despicable Me 4 plot, it's clear that fans can expect the return of characters they've come to know and love. Taron Egerton admitted that he has met with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige for a potential role in the world's most successful film franchise, and hinted in a New York Times interview that the role he's in talks for is none other than Wolverine. The character was famously played by Hugh Jackman over several years, and Egerton acknowledged that he has big shoes to fill were his casting to come through. The Kingsman star has long been a fan favorite to take over from Jackman, as Marvel attempts to integrate the X-Men characters into the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Disney's takeover of Fox. Fans were given a taste of what it would be like to see characters from parallel universes in the recent Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which featured cameo appearances from John Krasinski as Reed Richards and Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier. Deadpool's introduction in the MCU is also underway. The third film in the series will be directed by Ryan Reynolds' frequent collaborator, Sean Levy. Stewart appeared as Professor X alongside Jackman's Wolverine in multiple X-Men films. The franchise fizzled out with 2019's critical and commercial flop, Dark Phoenix, not counting the spin-off New Mutants, which was given a token theatrical release at the peak of the pandemic in the aftermath of Disney's takeover. Egerton's casting would be the second time that Marvel has acknowledged and acted on fan demands, following Krasinski's appointment as Reed Richards. Egerton would certainly have big shoes to fill. Jackman is virtually synonymous with the character, which not only catapulted him to stardom, but helped usher in the current domination of superhero films that we're seeing. He played the character from 2000 to 2017, finally hanging up his claws after the Oscar-nominated blockbuster Logan. A new look at the likely main villain for Black Adam has been revealed through the film's tie-in merchandise. Black Adam is set to open in theaters on October 21st, 2022, and will feature Dwayne Johnson as the titular anti-hero. The film released its first trailer earlier this month to a very positive reception. In fact, the response was so favorable that Johnson even reacted on social media to show his appreciation for all the excitement over the Black Adam trailer. The preview naturally focused on the titular character, but also highlighted the Justice Society members Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Atom Smasher, and Cyclone. However, what was not shown was the film's villains. While not officially confirmed by Warner Brothers, it is rumored that actor Marwan Kenzari, who played Jafar in 2019's Aladdin, will serve as the central villain, Sabik. The first tease of the character came in the form of Funko Pop figures for Black Adam back in May, but now a better look at the villain has been revealed. McFarlane Toys has unveiled the best look at Sabik yet in the form of a new action figure. The figure is a part of the DC Multiverse line of 7-inch scale action figures and is available now for pre-order to be shipped out in August. The packaging on the box also offers details on the character, revealing he is the leader of Intergang, possessed by a demon. A military Intergang leader transforms into Sabik, the only being whose powers are equal to those of Black Adam. Determined to take over Kahndaq and maybe the whole world, Sabik must be stopped, and the fiercely autonomous Black Adam may need the help of some unlikely allies to outmatch him. A merchandise leak for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, has seemingly offered a first look at the MCU's Namor the Submariner, played by Tenoch Huerta. Marvel is yet to officially confirm any details about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Still, there have been consistent reports it will feature the MCU debut of Namor the Submariner and his Atlanteans, some of Marvel's oldest heroes. The King of Atlantis is believed to be played by Tenoch Huerta, and his underwater kingdom will reportedly have been moved to offshore South America. This is presumably to help differentiate Marvel's version of Atlantis from the one seen in DC's Aquaman film. Leaked merchandise seemingly offers the first look at the MCU's Submariner. The design is a riff on the Submariner's traditional swimming trunk look, rather than the more modern interpretations that involve full swimsuits or combat armor. It's adorned with golden decorations, clearly influenced by Mayan designs. It's interesting to note that Namor lacks the distinctive blue skin of the Atlanteans. Other merchandise leaks have shown these blue-skinned Atlanteans, with some even wearing breathing apparatus to allow them to contend with air. If this leaked merchandise does indeed show the MCU's Namor, then the design is remarkably comic book accurate, suggesting his origin has been lifted straight from the comics as well. There, Namor is a human-Atlantean hybrid, explaining why he doesn't need the breathing apparatus and why he doesn't have blue skin. The interesting question is whether or not Marvel will adapt the whole story, because there, Namor's powers originate from the X gene traditionally associated with the X-Men. Marvel now possesses the film rights to the X-Men, so Namor's appearance in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, means he could serve as a backdoor introduction to the entire mutant race. A new image from Avatar: The Way of Water gives the most detailed look yet at the Tulkun, which looks very similar to a whale on Earth, but with some differences. The Tulkun has 2 eyes, one large, one small, both with an orange tint, and has a more curvaceous form overall in comparison to the real-world counterpart. Producer John Landau previously described the creatures as 300 feet long and said they are a sentient species and as intelligent in their own way as the Na'vi are in theirs. The first trailer for the film showed Jake Sully swimming alongside a Tulkun peacefully, highlighting their harmonious relationship in the new setting, which appears to be the scene where the still image is derived from. Thanks for watching! Catch you in the next video!